welcome back to another video. Today I have an unboxing that it's a long time coming. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It's a recent piece. It was published a few months ago, but it's one that I targeted as soon as I saw the solicitation for this one. I knew, actually before I even saw the image, I was like, this is a piece that I'm gonna want. So let's just jump right into it, and then we'll take it from there. So, all right. Now, there may be some subtle clues, or not so subtle clues, as to what this may be on your screen right now. So, yeah, this is one that I am, super pumped. I'm trying not to, because there's some. Let me see. There's some specialized tape that's on the box that would give hints as to where this is coming from. So I'll try not to show that, and then get this out here. All right. So let's move that over here. All right. Okay. All right. This is cool. Again. All right, so I have, let's see, it's a package from Skottie Young. Now, let's see, there's a note in here, there's some, okay, so there's the art, and then there's some, looks like comics or something attached to this. So we're going to see what this is all about here. Let me get this. And this says, thank you for ordering from SkottieYoung.com. Packed just for you by Skottie. So this was packed by Skottie himself. So awesome. They've been doing that recently. If you order from their site, they have a little slip in there that tells you, you know, who packed the order. And it's a nice way to, I think they're using it as internally as see who gets the packages there safely and who does not. So so that's fun. So all right, so that's, all right, so we're gonna set these aside for a minute, but there is a note. It says, Carl, thanks so much, we hope you'll love the artwork, the team at Stupid Fresh Mess. So from Skottie Young. All right, now let's get this. Let's see. Got some plastic corner protecting the corner, which is good because I've actually had some masonite, some shipments that were sent in masonite panels before, where the masonite was cracked. So to add those extra things on the corner, that's awesome. That's cool. I mean, masonite is a great way to ship art. I'm not saying that it's problematic, but I have had times where that has happened. So that little extra care. Can't argue with that. That's awesome. So, all right, one more. I think we got it. So one layer of masonite, another layer of masonite. All right. So the artwork, the artwork was packed by somebody else. So packed by John. So thank you, John. But I think Skottie has you beat because he put the actually no, this would be John then. They put the corners on there to protect the masonite. So good job, John. All right, let's see. Let's get this out of here. Yeah, man, this is awesome. This is really cool. All right, so now. Yeah, so the piece of art that I have is one of Skottie Young's covers, and if you can have guessed when I said there were visual cues on the screen as to what it was from, there's the shirt, you have the lawgiver statue here. It is the cover to Beware the Planet of the Apes #1. Skottie did a variant cover for the relaunch of, well, actually, it's technically the relaunch of Planet of the Apes, but this is the second series that Marvel did after acquiring the rights, after acquiring 20th Century Fox. The second Planet of the Apes series that they did. They did a relaunch of just Planet of the Apes, which is in the more modern Caesar timeline, and then this one, Beware of the Planet of the Apes, is a return to the classic timeline. So yeah, Marvel's been doing this with they relaunched Alien, Predator, and then Planet of the Apes, which I of course absolutely love. I love the Planet of the Apes movie series. So yeah, so you get this classic kind of setting where you've got the Taylor character saying hi, and you got all these other chimpanzees and orangutans freaking out. So it's awesome. I love that so I don't think this has to do with the specific story of Beware the Planet of the Apes, because I actually haven't read that series yet. Which is, as a side note, most of the art was done digitally for that series. So when that happens, the priority to actually read the series is not as high. So I've been waiting. I think there's 3 issues on the Marvel app, and then I'm gonna wait to read the 4th issue, and then also I'm gonna just buy the trade when it comes out, which I think is pretty soon. Yeah, but I just like having instead of buying all the individual issues, which I really should, because I want to support should support Marvel more for doing Planet of the Apes series. But I did buy multiple copies of this issue and this cover just because obsessive, and I knew long term that I really wanted to target this piece. So yeah, I have multiple copies of that issue 1. So I guess I did somewhat of my part. Anyway, so. Yeah, when I saw this piece originally solicited, it was before there was no art yet. It was announced that Skottie Young was going to do. It appeared in like previews or like the initial solicits, and there was no image for the piece. So even before there was an image, I reached out to Megan, who handles the sales through Skottie's website, and I just said, look. Like, I don't know when this is going to go on sale or what the plans are or what the image even is. I said, but if, whenever it's possible, I will be interested in buying this piece. Because I knew, I love Skottie Young's art. And I knew that this might be the only time he does Planet of the Apes cover. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure they'll do more comics. But I just knew it was like that perfect kind of cross section of artists that I enjoy and subject matter that I really, really enjoy. And I knew that it would be something special because it was his first attempt and first take on the property. So I was right. Actually, I remember when I emailed Megan and I said, I don't know, when this will be available, what the image will be, or what. She actually emailed me back and said, well, it's funny you should ask, because that was the day he just finished the art on it. So that was really cool. So we emailed back and forth, and now they have a strict rule of they don't sell anything until it's published, and they don't sell a lot of art outside of art drops on the website. They do a couple times a year. They'll do big cover drops, and they'll have all of Skottie's work available. So to set something up outside of that is not something that they typically do. But I think, thankfully, for a couple reasons, I think this worked in my favor. Planet of the Apes art is not art that sets the art market, art world on fire. I mean, Planet of the Apes is it's there. There's some great art out there, but it's not. It's not Spider-Man. It's not, Skottie's Spider-Man covers are, highly, highly in demand. So this is one that, while the interest is there, it's not Spider-Man. It's not a Marvel character that was going to generate a whole lot of interest. So even if this was sent, and I said, even if I just have an idea of when it will be available or if it's going to cover drop, I'll go for it that way. I'm happy to do that. But Megan offered to set it aside for me, and I was very appreciative. I said, yes, I'll absolutely do that. So whenever you guys are ready to sell, I will be ready to buy. And they just recently doing a switch over on their website. So Megan was like, well, let's wait till everything's set up on the site, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I was thrilled to be able to make this happen. I love so the art itself. So while it, like I said before, it doesn't have anything to do with the story per se in Beware of Planet of the Apes, because I think this series is it's a prequel to the original movie. So and Cornelius and Zira and the character of Nova are all in there. I'm not. I imagine Zaius and other characters are as well, but I like I said, I haven't read it yet. Um, but the yeah, so Taylor's not there yet in the series, but being the title was Beware the Planet of the Apes. I love that this image is them, seeing this talking man, and they're very cautious. So one of the reasons why I brought the lawgiver statue out is because the fear of in the movies the fear of um, the reason why the apes are really scared or cautious about when Taylor arrives and he is this talking human, um, because of their kind of their god, their deity, their religious leader, the lawgiver. There's a series of things called the Sacred Scrolls. Sacred Scrolls. Who am I, Marvel? I am a Marvel. But so he has the lawgiver has the sacred scrolls, and one of them has to do with um, beware the beast man. So it starts out. I'll pop it on the screen. I'll read it too. It just says, "Beware the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn. Alone among God's primates, he kills for sport or lust or greed. Yea, he will murder his brother to possess his brother's land. Let him not breed in great numbers, for he will make a desert of his home and yours. Shun him, drive him back into his jungle lair, for he is the harbinger of death." And that's the so it says it's a quote from the lawgiver, but Cornelius reads it in the movie, and it's Zaius explaining. Zaius has Cornelius read the scroll to Taylor to explain him why why they fear uh, talking man. So anyway, I love that the image ties back to the title of the series, and I love the title of the series ties back to the quote from the movie. Um, Now, one of the reasons why I really enjoy the Planet of the Apes movies is because a lot of the subtle commentary that is beneath the layer. Especially the first one's very subtle. In the sequels, they kind of it's more blunt. Some of the social political commentary that are within the movies, but the first movie it was. I mean, so it was made in released in 1968. So it was right in the middle of Vietnam. The country was in turmoil. Kennedy was shot. In '63. So there's a lot of like civil rights movement. There's a lot of like upheaval and just a time of turmoil. So Planet of the Apes was able to tackle some of those issues and address them through science fiction. And science fiction allows you to do that, where you can kind of have these messages and open this dialogue in a way that if it was just human characters talking these saying these things or having these messages, it would not have been a popular thing to have that movie released, and it wouldn't have been as successful of a film. But when it's done in the guise of science fiction and it's these talking apes, and so kind of a crazy concept to begin with, it's a safer way to address those issues. So yeah, actually, I love that about the movies. And in the second one, like I said, they definitely hammer it home more bluntly in your face. When the gorillas are kind of marching off to war, they interrupt a peaceful protest from there's a group of chimpanzees, and it just addresses the class system that exists within the apes. The gorillas are they're like the laborers. They're the like the military. They do a lot of security and enforcement. They're just the muscle. And the chimpanzees are like the scientists, the intellectuals. They they challenge the ideas of the lawgiver, not directly, but they challenge the ideas of the orangutans, who are like the politicians, and the orangutans are the ones who hold really firmly to the sacred scrolls. So obviously there's some religious commentary as well in the movies. So yeah, it's not just um, talking gorillas and chimpanzees, and it's awesome. Like there are movies that I watch. I know I'm kind of going off on just the movies themselves, but um, they're like a comfort watch for me. Like any of the movies I'll watch. They get progressively, I don't say worse, but the budget was decreased with each sequel, and it's noticeable. But they still had very interesting uh, subject matter, and I love all of them. But yeah, so there are a lot of times I'll have them on in the house just if I'm doing something or working out here in like the collection room. I'll pop one of the movies on. It's just fun to have it on in the background. So anyway, so it just tells you why I targeted this one so strongly, and I think my passion for Planet of the Apes came across in some of the communications that I had with Megan, and she was like, "Yeah, this is this is one that we would love to have you have in your collection." So I'm very grateful for that. I mentioned in the past that I had some Planet of the Apes stuff in the works, and this was one of them. Yeah, I mean I don't want to have a collection that's like super like all about Planet of the Apes, and I actually have some pieces that I've even I listed for sale recently. I find a good balance, uh, but this is an artist that I specifically enjoy his work, and to have it be this image, like I said, tied to the title, which ties back to the movie. Um, this is just a perfect one for the collection. So we'll set this aside and grab the let's see what this. So Skottie had included some comics, which I imagine would be, if I were to guess. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so that's really cool. So there is a signed copy of the issue, and there's also just an unsigned copy of the issue. So yeah, there's Beware the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm glad we threw these in here, which I actually have. I mean, I planned ahead for this, so I actually ordered something else from their site. Hold on one second, let me make sure I don't put this down on anything that has tape. So set this down there. And this box arrived, months ago, a couple times. But this is, I'll show you. One sticker in there. So it's like a bonus unboxing of. Okay. Let's see. Now this is something that I'm not a big collector of, but I do it when it makes sense and when it's when it makes sense, and I'll explain that in just a second. So this is actually well, I say exactly what it is and why even show it. But so the CGC slab, the 9.8 signed copy of the book itself. So I don't do CGC slabs. That's not not what I collect. But I do think it's fun when if I can get a 9.8 of a cover that I have, so I get a 9.8 version of the art that I own. And Skottie, their site, they do a lot of the signature series stuff. So I thought, well, let me just get one of those directly from the site. That way I don't have to, I would want one signed, and then if I wanted to get it graded, I would have to deal with that at a con, and I no thanks. I'll just buy the one directly from the site. So yeah, so that's cool. Get a signed copy, 9.8 of the cover. So uh, yeah, that's all that I have today. So yeah, there's take a look at the original cover again. I really want to say thank you to Megan and Skottie for allowing me to purchase this outside of their regular sales methods of doing the cover drops on the site. I'm greatly appreciative of that. This one, yeah, I have one other. I do have another Skottie Young cover, an X-Men related one, but this one's special. This one, yeah, this one I will. I will try to get this one framed and then have it in the house, not in the collection room. I'll try to. We'll see. We'll try to sneak it somewhere else in the house. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching this one, and I will see you soon.